Okay, we're on the west side of the structure. This is the HVAC condensing unit video. This is the electric service disconnect, which fortunately is over to the side. We can look inside here and we can tell that it's laced up pretty good. That's a good thing. Set that over here for the time being. There we go. Why not? Invite you to my day. Now this disconnect box should be sealed on 3 sides to help prevent moisture from getting into the wall there. This condensing unit should be block condensing units. Most manufacturers, including Rheem, feel like it should be a minimum of 12 inches away from the wall so that air can circulate. If it doesn't, then your coils will get dirty. I mean, they'll get dirty regardless, alright? They'll get dirty regardless, but they won't get cleaned as well as often. The low pressure refrigerant line piping, okay, is not insulated. And there's some insulation right there. Wrong kind of insulation, but it's not even insulated. We'll just leave that off. But when they come in, if you're going to redo this insulation, the newer stuff doesn't fall apart like that. Okay, and then these Schrader valves, look that up in the dictionary. Your refrigerant service valve ports, caps should be anti-theft. Of course, this thing was manufactured in 2009, so it wasn't really required that they had anti-theft Schrader valve caps at the time. In 2009 is a good point. This equipment is engineered on paper to last 20 years. The journals and bearings and everything's spec'd out and stressed, and it might last 35 years. But in North Texas, your Las Vegas odds are 14. 14 years is about how long this equipment lasts on average. It may last longer, it may not last as long, but on average is about 14 years. It's 2009. This unit is 13 years old. 13 years old. I've got one that's a lot older than that. My house isn't for sale. Alright? One that's a lot older than that, but 2009. Okay, we see here that it's a 3-ton system. But we also see that it's R22, refrigerant R22. R22 is no longer manufactured in the United States, no longer imported into the United States illegally. Now we use 410A and others. So just about any air conditioning tech that comes out here to service this is going to rightfully so encourage you to update. In 2009, it's probably a SEER 13. We're running 14.5 at about a minimum now, maybe some 14s, but about 14.5, 17 on up. You know, so it's an inefficient system. They do sell drop-ins, which aren't as efficient and cost as much as the R22. I don't know why they even make them. But if somebody convinces you to put a drop-in in, you might as well put him on payroll, because no other air conditioning tech is going to want to follow that work. So it's best to keep it at R22 for the time being. It's also better to prudent budget for, updating. I should probably update mine myself. I shouldn't be a hypocrite. R22 no longer manufactured, but it is available, and it's expensive. When you have an older system, you're going to be working on it more. A newer system, not so much. So I think it'd be prudent to, get your mindset, start thinking ahead. So what did we learn? We learned our electric service disconnect is not sealed. We learned that our low pressure refrigerant piping is not insulated. And we also learned about the anti-theft. We learned that our unit is positioned a little too close to the house, and that our coils are dirty, and that it's a 13-year-old system with R22 refrigerant.